My child, stop everything right now. Put it down. Breathe slowly. Silence the noise that has been shouting in your head and humming in your chest. This moment is not random. You did not arrive here by accident. I had already marked this exact moment because you are standing at the edge of a move, considering a job, contemplating a city, weighing a relationship, making a money decision, and I will not let fear be your navigator. Stay with me. Do not scroll. This is the warning before your next move. I see you hovering over the email you're not sure you should send. I see the apartment listing open in another tab and the bag half-packed in your mind. I see the thread of messages with someone who makes your heart race and your stomach clench at the same time. I see the bank app you keep refreshing, the calendar you keep counting, the spinning thoughts at 3 a.m. when adrenaline pretends to be clarity. You are not hidden from me. You have never been hidden from me. I see the you that exists when the door closes and the brave face comes off. Hear me clearly now. Rushing is not momentum. Rushing is fear wearing the mask of urgency. Pressure shouts, compresses and corners. Faith steadies, clarifies, and opens. If your next step is being pushed by fear, it is not time. Stop and return to peace before you move. I am not minimizing how heavy the choice feels. I am rescuing you from a trap that would cost you more than you can see from here. My timing does not bully you. My timing does not confuse you. My timing does not set fires behind you, just to force you forward. Panic timing squeezes your chest, fogs your thinking, and makes you barter with your own values. Peace timing may be firm, but it is never frantic. It brings breath to your lungs, light to your path, and certainty to your yes. When I am leading, clarity accumulates rather than evaporates. When fear is driving, you feel small, rushed, and easily swayed. Stay with me. Do not scroll. I am placing my hand upon your shoulder now, not to push you, but to still you. This next decision cannot be led by the voice that says, hurry or you'll miss it. That whisper is a lie. You do not have to run to be on time. You do not have to prove your worth by moving fast. You are mine, and what is for you will not have to be stolen at a sprint. Return to your breath. Let your shoulders release. Let your mind unclench from worst-case stories. I am not late. I am strategic. I am protective. I am shepherding you toward what will hold, not what will collapse after a few dizzy weeks of adrenaline. My word never returns void. I will show you when to move, and when I do, you will move with a calm yes that does not tremble. For now, be still in me. Let peace be your witness. If peace is absent, pause. If clarity is thin, wait. I am here, and I will lead you step by step. My child, look at me. I see the private pressure you do not talk about. I see the tabs open you never show anyone. I see the late-night spiral where you refresh the email, then refresh it again, then compare your timeline to someone else's highlight reel and decide you are behind. I see you pick up the phone only to find silence staring back, and I see the forced smile you wear in rooms where you pretend you are not breaking pace internally. I see the way you rehearse answers so you do not have to say, I don't know yet, and I see the way that uncertainty scrapes your nerves raw. I see packing boxes in your mind, labeling a future you are not at peace about because it feels safer to move than to wait. I see you rewriting your resume at 1:12 a.m., tweaking bullet points as if the right adjective could buy you certainty. I see you practicing breakup talks in the shower, starting and stopping, bargaining with loneliness and dread. I see you calculating bills on napkins, opening the bank app twice in 1 hour, scanning housing listings, bookmarking places you cannot yet afford, and calling it inspiration when it is actually panic. I see you doom scrolling for signs, trying to make patterns out of random posts, straining your spirit to hear anything that gives you a permission slip to run. I see your body keeping score. I see the tight chest and shallow breathing. I see the insomnia that leaves your eyes burning and your thoughts racing until words blur and options multiply into a maze you cannot exit. I see the jaw clenching, the shoulders rising toward your ears, the stomach turning after coffee because anxiety has moved into your gut like an uninvited tenant. I see your nervous system living on emergency mode, braced for impact, and I am not ignoring it. I am addressing it. I hear the inner vows you mutter beneath your breath. I can't fall behind again. I have to fix this now. If I wait, I'll lose it. If I don't decide, I'll be stuck forever. I hear the way those sentences chain your ankles to hurry and make you suspicious of peace because peace feels too slow to be safe. But that whisper is a lie. Those vows are survival promises, not guidance. I am not shaming you for making them. I am breaking their authority over your next step. Hear me. Your urgency is not proof you have failed. It is proof you care. It is proof that desire is alive in you. But it is not your compass. I am separating your true desire from the panic that has been steering you. I am laying your longing on one side, the longing to build something steady, to be faithful to what matters, to be whole, and I am lifting the pressure off the other side, the ticking clock, the imagined judging eyes, the old story that says you always miss your moment. Stay with me. As I separate, clarity will return. You will feel the difference. Pressure shoves, desire draws, fear corners, faith opens. And when you move next, it will be from a steady yes, not a chaste one. My child, here is the question that reveals everything. Ask it out loud with me now. Is my urgency faith or pressure? Put your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. Do not rush past this hinge. This is not semantics. This is a fork in the road. Faith urgency and pressure urgency may both feel strong, but they are not the same spirit. Faith is clear, steady, anchored. It moves you like a river carries a boat, decisive yet unpanicked, forward yet unforced. Faith fills your lungs. It widens your sight. You can sleep on a faith-led decision and wake with the same yes, perhaps even a stronger one. Faith does not punish you. It blesses you. It compels you, but it does not corner you. It brings order to your thoughts, dignity to your pace, and kindness to your inner voice. Pressure is loud, frantic, and punishing. It tightens your jaw, rushes your breath, throws sand in your thoughts until you can't see straight. It shouts, "If you don't act now, you'll miss it." It hisses, "God won't come through." It taunts, "You're running out of time." That whisper is a lie. Pressure calls you names. It bullies your timeline. It offers bargains that require you to betray your peace. It makes you check your phone every 5 minutes, rehearse arguments with people who are not speaking to you, and say yes while your insides are saying, wait. Pressure thrives on countdown clocks and imaginary eyes watching you fail. When pressure is driving, you shrink even as you move. Hear me. Pressure often mimics prophecy. It borrows intensity and dresses it up as revelation. It announces doom dates that I did not write, invents closing windows that I did not close, and claims urgency as if fear were wisdom. It even tries to sound spiritual. Now or never, prove your faith. Strike while the iron is hot. But notice the fruit: confusion, dread, secrecy, haste that makes you hide. My voice does not require you to contort your values to obey me. My leading will never demand you to silence the part of you that knows peace. So test the spirit of your urgency. Remove the clock in your mind for a moment and see what remains. If the timer goes silent and your yes dissolves, it was pressure. If the timer goes silent and your yes deepens, It is faith. Ask your body. Faith lowers your shoulders. Pressure raises them. Faith opens your chest. Pressure compresses it. Faith clears your eyes. Pressure burns them at 3 a.m. Faith makes you kinder to the people you love in the days surrounding the decision. Pressure makes you irritable, secretive, and defensive. Faith allows you to wait 24 hours and still feel aligned. Pressure insists you cannot wait 24 minutes without catastrophe. Do not decide while your spirit is drowning. Do not choose from a storm. Step back under the canopy of my peace. Stay with me. Let the wind die down inside you. I am not late. I am strategic and I am protective of you. When I prompt you to move, I will not shove. I will steady you. You will know because clarity will accumulate, peace will witness, and your yes will stand without you having to prop it up with panic. Ask the question again whenever rush returns. Is this faith or pressure? Let that answer guard your next step. My child, hear me clearly now. The delay you have wrestled with is not punishment. It is preparation. I did not delay because I was ignoring you. I delayed because I was developing you. This is strategic. This is protective. This is personal. You asked for doors. I am giving you structure strong enough to stand when those doors open. You asked for speed. I am giving you stamina. You asked for a sign. I am giving you sight. In the quiet that felt empty, I have been building what noise never lets you build. I have been forming discernment so you can tell faith from pressure without needing 100 confirmations. I have been growing emotional maturity so you can hold tension without exploding, so you can feel big feelings without making small decisions. I have been teaching you financial wisdom, how to number your days and your dollars, how to say no that protects yes, how to plan without panic and give without guilt. I have been strengthening boundaries so your next yes is guarded from old patterns. I have been stretching patience and endurance, the muscles that carry blessing without bending. And I have been anchoring your identity so it is not tied to outcomes, so promotion does not inflate you and delay does not diminish you. You are becoming someone who can be trusted with more because you are no longer negotiating your worth with what happens. You planned by months and milestones. I am planning by maturity and mission. Your timeline was designed to quiet your anxiety. Mine is designed to protect your destiny. Some doors stayed closed because they were not doors. They were traps wearing opportunity's clothes. The offer that flattered your insecurity but would have starved your purpose. The relationship that mirrored your loneliness but would not honor your boundaries. The move that promised a reset but only transplanted the same wound into a new zip code. I closed what would have collapsed. I withheld what would have withered you. That is not cruelty. That is care. You call it being stuck. I call it being stabilized. You call it slow. I call it safe. You call it silence. I call it strategy. You call it falling behind. I call it being hidden to be healed. You call it doors not opening. I call it foundations being poured. You call it nothing changing. I call it roots going deep where eyes cannot see. That whisper that says you have missed your moment is a lie. I am not late. I am precise. Stay with me here. What I am forming in you right now is the exact strength that will keep the next season from breaking you. I am increasing your weight-bearing capacity, integrity in your bones, wisdom as guardrails, peace as your pace setter, boundaries as gates that open to honor and close to chaos. When the door I open swings wide, you will not have to sprint to hold it. You will step through with a calm yes that does not tremble. You will not sabotage with hurry what you have prayed for with tears. Release the shame you have carried about taking too long. Breathe. Feel your shoulders lower as you agree with me. Say it under your breath if you need to. I am not being denied. I am being developed. My word never returns void. I am not wasting your waiting. I am weaving it into wisdom. And when I say move, you will know, not because pressure shouts, but because peace witnesses and clarity accumulates. My child, stay with me. Breathe slowly. What I am about to map for you will keep you from traps that dress like opportunities. Hear me clearly now. My timing does not bully you. Peace is the witness that your step is aligned. Panic timing and peace timing may both carry urgency, but they carry different spirits and they leave different fruit inside you the moment you agree with them. Panic timing produces haste, confusion, and people-pleasing. It makes your fingers hover over the send button while your stomach knots. It tempts you to spend money you did not plan to spend because a clock on a screen says last chance. It pushes you to fire off reactive texts at midnight to manage how someone sees you. It crowds your calendar with meetings meant to soothe insecurity rather than serve purpose. It multiplies words, constant justification to others, long explanations to cover a shaky yes, rehearsed speeches to defend what you do not actually believe. Panic timing tells you you must decide today, even when today is fueled by exhaustion, dehydration, and fear. That whisper is a lie. Peace timing produces clarity, restraint, and quiet confidence. It does not need a crowd to applaud before it proceeds. It allows you to wait without losing your mind. It gives you the courage to say not yet without collapsing under guilt. It keeps your wallet in alignment with your values. No frantic purchases to buy belonging. No emergency subscriptions to silence anxiety. It steadies your thumbs. You can delete the drafted paragraph that was more about control than communication. It lets you pray without negotiating, ask without bargaining, listen without begging. It makes room for correction without it becoming condemnation. You can hear adjust this and not crumble. Test the fruit right now. Notice the first thing your decision produces inside you. Tightness or spaciousness, dread or steadiness, compulsion or conviction. Does your chest compress as if the air has been rationed? Or does your breath deepen as if windows opened? Does your stomach churn or does it settle? Micro-CTA. Notice what happens in your chest and stomach when you imagine moving forward and when you imagine waiting. If imagining wait brings relief, then wait. If imagining move expands your breath and quiets your thoughts, then move, slowly, with honor. Mark the panic signals I am exposing. A sudden must decide today from voices that do not carry your future. Fear of disappointing someone who benefits from your compliance. Obsession with control, refreshing, checking, editing the same sentence 10 times. Inability to sleep because your mind is bargaining and your body is braced. A need to keep explaining your decision to every person in your contacts because without their approval, your resolve crumbles. When those lights are flashing, pause. You are being herded, not led. Now, mark the peace signals I am restoring. You can wait 24 hours and your yes does not evaporate. You can say, not yet, and still feel loved. You can pray and it sounds like trust, not like hostage negotiation. You can receive a boundary, a budget, or a correction, and it clarifies you instead of shaming you. In peace timing, you do not hide your steps. You simply do not market them. In peace timing, you are not performing calm. You are actually calm. Your shoulders lower, your eyes soften, your words shorten. Hear me, I am not late, I am exact. When I lead, your inner witness will be peace. Follow that witness. If peace is absent, pause. If clarity is thin, wait. I will confirm what is mine with order, alignment, and breath you do not have to force. My child, hear me clearly now. Do not step while you are bleeding inside. Stop, breathe slowly. This is not me withholding your future. This is me guarding it. Rushing will make you choose relief over purpose, reaction over direction, anesthesia over assignment. When pain is shouting, every exit looks like a door I opened. That whisper is a lie. If you move to escape pain, you will import that pain into the next season. Wait until you are led, not chased. I see the hidden wounds that keep reaching for the steering wheel. I see rejection that taught you to leave first so you can say you chose it. I see abandonment that made you sprint to secure someone, anyone, before they walk away. I see scarcity that rushes you to take the first offer because something feels safer than not yet. I see betrayal that makes you over-explain and over-commit to prove you are different. I see humiliation that still burns in your cheeks, pushing you to perform and say yes before you have peace just so you are never seen as needy again. I see the need to prove yourself, the vow you made that you would never be behind, never be small, never be the one who waited and looked foolish. I see how those wounds rehearse decisions at 3 a.m., how your jaw tightens, your shoulders rise, your stomach churns, and you tell yourself that motion is healing. Not so. Motion is not healing. Motion without me is migration of pain. I see the patterns, leaving too fast the moment discomfort grows, committing too fast because silence feels like danger, quitting too fast when shame nips at your heels, changing cities to outrun grief that packs itself in your carry-on, taking the first job because a timer screamed last chance, returning to the old relationship because anxiety said, at least you know this one. My child, these are not strategies, they are symptoms. You call it momentum, I call it triage. You call it seizing the moment. I call it stitching a wound with thread that snaps in the rain. Your next is holy. It cannot be built on unmanaged fear. Foundations laid in panic crack under peace because they were formed in pressure. Do not pour concrete over an open wound and call it a house. What you do not heal, you will carry into the next address, the next office, the next covenant. I love you too much to let you export your bleeding into the blessing you have prayed for. I would rather pause you in the hallway than watch you furnish a room with unprocessed pain. Hear me. I am not late. I am protective. I am not punishing you. I am preserving what is precious in you. So come nearer. Put your hand on your chest. Breathe with me. Slow in, slower out. Say it out loud. I choose to be led, not chased. I am addressing not only your decision, but the nervous system underneath it. I am speaking to the adrenaline that keeps declaring emergencies that do not exist. I am calming the alarms that taught you survival as a lifestyle. I am placing my hand upon your shoulder to still, not to push. Your breath will deepen, your heart rate will settle. Your thoughts will stop sprinting long enough for wisdom to speak. Peace is not procrastination. It is preparation returning to your body. Do not step while you are bleeding inside. Let me close the wound, drain the fear, and steady your hands. When you move next, it will not be from the pain behind you, but from the purpose before you. No hurting, only leading. No bargaining, only clarity. No countdown, only calm authority. Stay with me, I will tell you when, and when I do, your yes will not tremble. My word never returns void. My child, come close. Place your hand on your chest or your stomach. Breathe in slowly with me. Slower out. Again. I am stabilizing your nervous system so your discernment can return. Right now, in this moment, I am speaking to adrenaline surges that trained you to live in alarm. I am quieting the cortisol spikes that kept your body braced for impact. I am settling the tremor beneath your thoughts, the twitch behind your eyes, the clench in your jaw, the knot in your gut. I am smoothing your heart rhythm, steady, unhurried, unafraid. I am releasing your diaphragm from the short, sharp breaths of panic. I am soothing inflammation fueled by chronic stress. I am lifting the fog of fatigue that has made everything feel heavier than it is. I am addressing the racing thoughts that sprint ahead of you and the dread that drags behind you. Systems are settling. Your mind is clearing. Your rest is returning. Hear me clearly now. You think you must be frantic to be faithful? No. You think you must force doors to prove you believe? No. That whisper is a lie. Faith does not whip your nervous system. Faith does not need your pulse to prove its urgency. My leadership does not ride on the back of anxiety. I am replacing survival mode with steadiness. I am restoring the calm that lets you hear me when options multiply. I am giving you back the pause that pressure stole. Signs will follow this word. Pay attention. Sleep will begin to deepen. You will wake and realize you did not rehearse worst-case scenes at 3 a.m. Intrusive thoughts will lessen. When they knock, they will not flood the room. Your appetite will return in balance. No more nausea at the thought of meals. No more mindless reaching to numb. Digestion will settle. The twisting will unwind, and your belly will soften under your own hand. Your heart will stop swinging from sprint to collapse. It will find its cadence. Your shoulders will lower without you commanding them. You will notice you can sit still for 5 minutes, then 10, without dread chewing the edges. The compulsion to check, refresh, scroll, and search for permission will shrink. Your thumbs will slow. Your eyes will rest. You will feel warmth in your hands again, clarity behind your eyes again, breath like a door opening in your chest. Stay with me. Breathe again. Slow in, slower out. Say it softly. I receive your steadiness. I agree with peace. I break agreement with hurry. My authority is entering the exact places where alarm lived like a tenant. Cells are responding. Systems are recalibrating. Your nervous system is learning that safety is not the same as speed, that being led is not the same as being chased. Where panic once dictated, peace will now witness. Where urgency once bullied, clarity will now guide. I am restoring your inner stability so you can choose from clarity, not from survival. When choice appears, you will not be pulled by the fire behind you. You will be led by the light before you. Your yes will not tremble. Your no will not be laced with fear. Be still in me. Let the settling finish its work. My word never returns void. My child, stay with me here. Breathe slowly. With your system settling and your clarity returning, I am putting a simple framework in your hands so not yet does not feel like do nothing. Write this in your mind and, if you can, in your notes. Wait, withdraw, align, inspect, take. Waiting is not doing nothing. It is doing the next right step without surrendering your peace. Vui, withdraw from noise. Silence is not punishment. It is a sanctuary where my voice is not competing. Reduce inputs that stir your fear. Close the extra tabs. Mute the thread that keeps you arguing inside your head. Stop refreshing the page that spikes your adrenaline. Step back from the chorus of opinions that do not carry your future. Fast from comparison. It is counterfeit counsel. Put your phone in another room for an hour. Sit in a chair and breathe. Slow in, slower out, and let your shoulders lower. Create a quiet space each day where no updates arrive. No timelines glare, no countdowns preach scarcity. In that stillness, clarity accumulates. In that stillness, your yes strengthens without applause. Align motives. Ask out loud, even if it trembles. What am I trying to prove? What am I trying to escape? What am I trying to secure? Let the question separate desire from desperation. Desire draws, desperation drives. Desire honors me, desperation bargains with me. Return to identity. Remember whose you are. You are not performing for belonging. You already belong. You are not auditioning for love. You are loved. If you smell the need to prove you are not behind, to escape an emotion you do not want to feel, to secure validation from a person who withholds it, pause. Say this under your breath. I choose purpose over proof. I choose healing over hiding. I choose belonging over bargaining. I inspect fruit. Hold each option in the light and look for its first fruit. Peace or panic, integrity or image, sustainability or sprint, wholeness or fragmentation. Does this path require you to shrink, to lie, to hyperextend your budget, to betray your boundaries, to hide from people who love you? That whisper that says just this once is a lie. My way does not demand you fracture yourself to move forward. Look for alignment. Can your values, your body, your calendar, and your finances carry this choice without contortion? Peace may stretch you, but it will not split you. Pressure splits. Faith integrates. Take the next right step. Not every step. The next right one that does not require panic. Update one application with excellence, and then rest. Set one boundary and let it stand without a speech. Save one amount you can sustain and bless it with gratitude. Have one honest conversation you have avoided and keep your tone gentle. Organize one drawer, clear one bill, send one email, ask one wise question, then release the timeline to me. You move a seed, I govern a season. You take obedience-sized steps, I handle outcomes. No sprinting, no bargaining, just steady agreement. Say it now with me. I wait with wisdom. I align with peace. I inspect with truth. I take the next right step. My child, this is how you wait without wasting. Quiet enough to hear, honest enough to align, discerning enough to choose, courageous enough to act, and peaceful enough to leave the timing to me. My word never returns void. My child, stay with me here. Breathe slowly. I am about to walk you through 3 transitions with one voice. Jobs, moves, relationships. Hear me clearly now. In every domain, pressure speaks loudest when your identity feels threatened. It says, prove you're not behind. Prove you're valuable. Prove you're wanted. That whisper is a lie. Return to peace before you decide. My timing does not bully. My peace bears witness. Jobs first. I see you browsing openings at 3 a.m., heart pounding, fingers hovering over apply all, trying to escape a toxic feeling more than you are obeying a true transition. I see the offer that flatters your insecurity but would fracture your values. I see the urgent email that makes you want to say yes so you won't feel small another day. Stop. Ask the question, is this faith or pressure? If your yes dissolves when the timer in your mind goes silent, it's pressure. Look for steadiness, not spectacle. Provision that fits your budget and honors your boundaries. Aligned growth that expands your calling without splitting your soul. You call it settling. I call it stabilizing. You call it missing out. I call it being protected. If staying put for a season preserves your integrity and pays your bills without panic, that is not cowardice, it is wisdom. When it is me leading you out, clarity will accumulate, peace will witness, and provision will not require you to betray yourself to receive it. Now moves and cities. I see you scrolling apartments, mapping coffee shops, rehearsing a new self in a new zip code as if pavement could seal a wound. Geographic healing is a fantasy. Unhealed pain packs itself in your boxes. Do not move to outrun grief, shame, or boredom. Prepare instead. Let community, not impulse, confirm the timing. Watch how doors open in order, not chaos. With housing that aligns your budget. With counsel that resonates, not divides. With logistics that click rather than combust. Visit, budget, research, and let your roots be blessed before they are transplanted. You call it delay. I call it logistics making room. You call it starting over. I call it being sent, not scattered. If imagining not yet brings relief, wait. If imagining go expands your breath and pulls wise voices into agreement, move, but not in a sprint, in a steady yes. Now relationships. I see the rushed intimacy to silence loneliness, the rushed exit to punish pain. I see the text drafted, deleted, redrafted to control how you are seen. Hear me. Do not commit to quiet the ache. Do not leave to make a point. Choose clarity, honesty, consistency over chemistry that burns fast and ends in ash. Look for patterns that honor your boundaries in daylight, not just promises whispered in apology. You call it passion. I call it an adrenaline echo. You call it protecting your heart by walking out mid-conversation. I call it reaction that exports a wound. Wait until peace returns to your chest before you say yes or no. Consistency over time is confirmation. Pressure that demands decide now is a counterfeit. In all three, return to the hinge. Is this faith or pressure? Put your hand on your chest. Breathe. Say it with me. I am led, not chased. I choose peace over panic, clarity over countdowns, obedience over optics. My child, when identity is steady, hurry loses its leverage. I will guide you by peace and confirm by order. You do not have to rush to be on time. My word never returns void. My child, hear me clearly now. Confirmation will not be chaos. When I open the door, you will not have to break it down. You will not need to injure your peace to squeeze through it. Strategic timing looks like this: aligned conversations you did not script, unexpected favor you did not flatter to obtain, clean closure that honors what was while freeing what must become, repeated confirmations that arrive from different directions saying the same thing, and, hear this, the strength to wait even as the door swings wide, because you are led, not chased. Watch how order gathers. A conversation you needed finds you, not because you begged, but because I synchronized calendars. A mentor brings up the very topic you have been praying about without you prompting them. Paperwork that once jammed now moves with minimal friction. Exit steps line up, accounts settle, keys return, projects hand off, lingering obligations wrap without drama. You notice you can make a hard call without your voice shaking. You feel no need to hide details from the people who carry your future. You can say no without rehearsing 10 justifications. The no stands because peace stands behind it. Here are the signs I am opening the right door. The right people respond without you chasing them down. Timelines flex to allow integrity. Details click into place in a sequence that does not demand you compromise. Your sleep begins to deepen as the decision clarifies. Your appetite normalizes. Your breath lengthens. The compulsion to check, refresh, and beg diminishes. You find yourself telling the truth without embroidery. You sense permission to wait a day, and the opportunity is still there tomorrow. You do not feel the need to perform calm. You are actually calm. And here are the counterfeits that wear opportunity's face. Flattery that swells your insecurity but starves your spirit. Urgency that demands a signature before prayer can speak. Pressure tactics that threaten your belonging if you pause. Secrecy that isolates you from wise counsel and calls it discretion. Constant confusion that never settles. Isolation that cuts you off from the voices that have guarded you. The slow eroding of values. Tiny lies, stretched budgets, hidden messages, just this once agreements. If an option requires you to dim your integrity to enter, it is not mine. That whisper that says, decide now or lose everything, is a lie. Future, pace this with me. You will wake and notice your breathing is different. The heaviness is no longer sitting on your sternum. Your mind is quieter. The rehearsal loop has lost its script. You will see the decision in front of you and realize it feels lighter because it is aligned. A text will arrive that clarifies without you pressing. A meeting will close a loop you thought would never end. You will say no and feel loved. You will say yes and feel steady. You will be surprised by the absence of scramble. Do this with me now. Observe. Journal the signs of peace. Each day, note your sleep, your breath, your level of compulsion to control, the way opportunities arrive, by order or by chaos. Track the fruit of each small step, dread or steadiness, tightness or spaciousness. Bring your notes into the light with a trusted voice. Let patterns reveal my hand. My child, when I open the door, order accompanies it, and peace bears witness. You do not have to rush to be on time. My word never returns void. My child, stay with me here. Breathe slowly. What you have heard must now be sealed. Agreement breaks, hurry. Authority returns to your decisions when your voice aligns with peace. I am asking for your participation, not because I need proof, but because your nervous system, your calendar, your habits need to hear you choose me. Put your hand on your chest. Say out loud, I receive your timing. I release fear. I will not rush what you are building in me. Now we break contracts. Hurry has drafted lies and asked you to sign with panic. Tear them with your words. Say, I break agreement with I am behind. I renounce the story that my value is measured by speed. Say, I break agreement with I must prove myself. I refuse the courtroom where my worth stands trial. Say, I break agreement with I will be abandoned. I belong. I am not orphaned in decision. Say, I break agreement with I will miss it if I wait. I will not be late when I am led by peace. Again, call it out until the ink fades. Not in panic, not in pressure, not in comparison, in peace, in wisdom, in order. Say it like a metronome resetting your steps. In peace, in wisdom, in order. Hear me. You are not the exception. You are not the one I skip over when goodness is distributed. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are being formed. You call it delay. I call it development. You call it quiet. I call it focus. Let your voice agree with my naming. Say, I am not the exception. I am the one you came for. I am not forgotten. I am seen and guided. I am not late. I am right on time in your hands. As you speak, watch what shifts. The tremor under your choices will quiet. The compulsion to explain will loosen. The itch to check and chase will diminish. Decisions that once borrowed courage from other people's approval will begin to stand on their own legs. Your no will land without apology. Your yes will not wobble. This is what agreement does. It returns authority to its rightful owner. You and I make this choice together. Led, not chased. Steady, not sped. Built, not rushed. Stamp it again with your breath and your words. Say, I receive your timing. I release fear. I will not rush what you are building in me. My motives align with peace. My steps agree with order. My outcomes are in your hands, not in panic, not in pressure, not in comparison, in peace, in wisdom, in order. My child, what I have spoken over you will not evaporate in silence. My word over you will not return void. As you stay still on the inside and move only when peace bears witness, your life will begin to reflect what was spoken. Order gathering, clarity increasing, doors opening without violence, strength rising without strain. Let your agreement be the pen that signs the release from hurry. I am with you in this. Keep your voice with mine. My child, stay with me a moment longer. Breathe slowly, slower out. Hear me clearly now. You are not walking this transition alone. You are not being sent into a hallway while I disappear behind a closed door. I am not leaving you mid-decision. I am with you in the turn, in the pause, in the single next step. You belong, even here. You are held, even now. This moment is not random. I had already marked this exact moment to steady you and to say again, you do not have to rush to be on time. Stay led, and I will confirm each step with peace. When the rush returns, and it will try, return here. Return to breath, hand on your chest, inhale with me, slower out. Return to the question that reveals everything. Is this faith or pressure? Say it out loud when your fingers hover over the send button, when a timer shouts from a screen, when a voice demands a signature you do not have peace to give. Return to wait. Withdraw from noise. Align your motives. Inspect the fruit. Take the next right step. Do not sprint. Do not bargain. Do not loan your authority to panic. Let peace be the witness before you move. I am placing a decree over you now. No rushed decision will steal what is meant for you. Counterfeit doors will close at the weight of my peace. Timelines invented by fear will lose their power. What is for you will not require you to abandon your peace to hold it. What I open for you, you will not have to pry with bleeding hands. What I give, you will not have to hide to keep. I surround your timing with order. I surround your name with favor you did not flatter to gain. I surround your steps with confirmations that arrive like aligned footprints, one after another, steady, unforced. Listen to me. If panic rises at 3 a.m., come back and read these words out loud. Let them anchor you. If confusion fogs your morning, ask again, faith or pressure? If your chest tightens at noon, pause, breathe, and wait until peace returns to bear witness. This is relapse management in the spirit. Returning, remembering, rehearsing truth until the body relearns rest and the mind relearns trust. My word never returns void. It works while you sleep and defends you while you wait. Now participate with me. In the comments, speak agreement so your own ears can hear it. I receive this. If someone you love is standing at a threshold and being chased by hurry, share this with them so peace can meet them where panic has camped. And if you want to bless this work, there is a note pinned for those who feel led. No pressure, only peace. My child, I will lead you step by step. I will not shout from a distance. I will walk at your pace with a cadence that calms you. When you forget, return here and I will remind you. When the rush returns, return here and let it dissolve. You are mine. You are not late. You are being led. Go slowly, go clean, go led, and watch how I confirm the next step.